Welcome to my channel, Value Old Coins. Here you'll find videos about rare, valuable, and interesting coins from around the world. Watch the videos, learn about coin history, coin values, and unique facts you won't find anywhere else. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. It really helps us grow and bring you even more amazing coin content. Thanks for watching. Let's get started. The 1993 P United States Washington quarter dollar is a modern circulating coin struck by the Philadelphia Mint, indicated by the P Mint mark, and belongs to the long-running Washington Quarter series, one of the most enduring and iconic coin designs in American history. Originally introduced in 1932 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the Washington Quarter became a permanent fixture of U.S. coinage. By 1993, the coin had already seen over 60 years of continuous production, bridging the nation's numismatic past and present. The 1993 P issue sits firmly in the late clad era, 1965 to 1998, a period defined by the transition from silver-based coins to durable copper-nickel compositions. Though considered common today, the 1993 P quarter reflects both the artistry of early 20th century coin design and the precision of late 20th century minting technology. The obverse front of a 1993 P quarter features the enduring portrait of George Washington, designed by sculptor John Flanagan in 1932 and based on a bust of Washington sculpted by Jean-Antoine Houdon in 1786. Washington's left-facing profile captures his calm dignity and strong moral presence, attributes that have made him a symbol of American leadership and unity since the nation's founding. Above the portrait, along the upper rim, appears the word liberty, representing one of the United States' most cherished ideals. To the left of Washington's neck, the national motto, "In God We Trust," appears in smaller letters, signifying the spiritual foundation that underpins the American national identity. Below Washington's portrait lies the date 1993, marking the year of minting, and just to the right of the ponytail ribbon appears a small P mint mark, identifying the coin as having been produced at the Philadelphia Mint. The portrait's sharp details, such as the hair strands and profile contees, are hallmarks of well-struck specimens, while circulation wear tend to soften these features. On the reverse, back, side, the design remains a powerful expression of national symbolism. It displays a heraldic eagle with widespread wings, facing left, clutching a bundle of arrows in its talons, which symbolize defense and readiness to protect the nation. Beneath the eagle lies an olive branch, representing the country's commitment to peace, balance, and diplomacy. The Latin phrase e pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one, is positioned above the eagle's head, signifying unity among the diverse states that form the United States of America. Encircling the top of the coin is the inscription United States of America, while the denomination quarter dollar appears below, identifying its face value of 25 cents. This balanced combination of militaristic and peaceful symbolism reflects the dual nature of American identity, strong yet compassionate, independent yet united. The overall composition of the reverse design has been praised for its simplicity and timelessness, as it evokes classical artistic influences while maintaining clear symbolic resonance. The metal composition of the 1993 P Washington quarter follows the post-1965 clad standard, consisting of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded to a core of pure copper. The result is a coin with a total weight of 5.67 grams, a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, and a thickness of about 1.75 millimeters. Its reeded edge, with approximately 119 tiny ridges, was retained from earlier silver issues for tactile recognition and as a security measure to prevent counterfeiting or edge filing. The copper-nickel alloy produces a bright silvery tone that, over time, can take on a duller gray appearance due to oxidation and contact wear. Along the edge, the reddish hue of the exposed copper core is visible, a signature feature of the clad coinage era. This composition, introduced during the coinage reform of the 1960s, ensured durability and affordability, enabling billions of coins to circulate without the expense of precious metal. The Philadelphia Mint struck a substantial 639,276,000 Washington quarters in 1993, marking it as one of the higher mintage years of the series. This immense output was part of the Mint's ongoing efforts to meet nationwide demand for circulating coinage during the early 1990s, a period of steady economic growth and consumer spending. Because of this high production, most 1993p quarters are very common and remain in everyday circulation today. In circulated condition, these coins are typically worth only their face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated examples, particularly those in higher mint state grades, can carry modest collector value. A bright, sharply struck specimen graded MS65, gem uncirculated, may be worth around $3 to $5, while coins in MS67 or higher condition, especially those certified by PCGS or NGC, can command prices from $25 to $100 or more, depending on eye appeal, luster, and strike quality. From a minting perspective, each 1993p quarter began as a circular planchette, blank metal disc, precisely cut from large copper-nickel sheets. The planchets were then cleaned, annealed, softened by heat, and fed into high-speed coining presses that struck each piece with approximately 60 to 70 tons of pressure. This immense force imprinted both obverse and reverse designs simultaneously. The Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest mints in continuous operation in the world, used advanced quality control and die polishing techniques to maintain consistency across millions of coins. Despite such precision, a small number of error coins escaped detection, including off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, and double dies. These mint errors are prized by collectors and can significantly increase the coin's value depending on rarity and visibility. The 1993p quarter occupies an interesting historical position, serving as one of the final standard Washington Eagle quarters before the major redesign that began in 1999 with the 50-state quarters program. The years from 1990 to 1998 represent the closing chapter of the traditional Flanagan design era, making each coin from this period a link between classic mid-20th century coinage and the new generation of state-themed designs that would soon follow. In this sense, the 1993p issue symbolizes both continuity and transition, a coin rooted in tradition yet poised on the threshold of change. Aesthetically, collectors appreciate the clarity of the 1993 strike, as many Philadelphia mint coins from the early 1990s exhibit crisp detail and bright luster. The luster, or reflective sheen, is particularly noticeable on uncirculated coins, where microscopic metal flow lines create a radiant, cartwheel-like effect under light. When viewed under magnification, the fine details of Washington's hair, the eagle's feathers, and the lettering reveal the craftsmanship of the mint's engraving and die preparation processes. The field's flat areas of the coin should be smooth and free of heavy contact marks on higher-grade examples, while the devices, raised parts of the design, show subtle frosting from die texture. The 1994p United States Washington quarter dollar is a significant piece in modern American numismatic history, representing the enduring legacy of the Washington Quarter Series, one of the longest-running coin designs in the history of the United States Mint. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint and identified by the P Mint mark, this quarter belongs to the final decade of the classic John Flanagan design, which had been used continuously since 1932. By 1994, the Washington Quarter had already become an American icon, having survived numerous economic changes, metal composition shifts, and cultural transformations. The 1994p issue stands as one of the last standard Eagle Reverse quarters before the launch of the 50-state quarters program in 1999, marking the end of the design era that spanned more than 6 decades. Although billions were minted, and the coin remained common in circulation, the 1994p quarter embodies a rich blend of artistry, symbolism, and history that continues to intrigue collectors and historians alike. The obverse front of the 1994p quarter bears a dignified portrait of George Washington, designed by sculptor John Flanagan, whose work was based on Jean-Antoine Houdon's famous 1786 bust of Washington. The profile depicts the first president of the United States facing left, his expression calm, resolute, and noble, representing leadership, moral strength, and the founding ideals of the Republic. Above Washington's head arches the inscription Liberty, one of the most powerful and recurrent words in American coinage, symbolizing the nation's fundamental belief in freedom. To the left of the portrait, near Washington's throat, appears the national motto, "In God We Trust," reflecting both spiritual faith and the cultural heritage of the United States. Below the portrait is a date 1994, marking the year of minting, while the small letter P, the mint mark for the Philadelphia Mint, appears just to the right of the ribbon that ties Washington's hair. The fine engraving lines of the portrait, including the textured hair curls and the sharp definition of the facial features, exhibit the precision of the minting process during the 1990s. Turning to the reverse back side, the design continues to showcase the majestic American bald eagle, the national bird and a long-standing emblem of the United States. The eagle stands proudly with wings outstretched, clutching a bundle of arrows in its talons, a representation of national defense and readiness to protect freedom, and resting upon an olive branch, symbolizing peace. Above the eagle's head appears the Latin motto E pluribus unum, which translates to out of many, one, emphasizing the unity of the 50 states under one nation. The upper rim of the coin is encircled by the legend United States of America, while the denomination quarter dollar is inscribed along the bottom edge. The balance between the inscriptions, the eagle's wings, and the arrows creates an elegant symmetry that has made this reverse design one of the most enduring and recognizable in U.S. coinage. The composition of the 1994 P Washington quarter adheres to the copper-nickel-clad formula established in 1965, when the mint transitioned away from silver coinage due to rising metal prices. The coin's outer layers are an alloy of 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded to an inner core of pure copper, resulting in a total weight of 5.67 grams and a diameter of 24.26 millimeters. Its edge is reeded, featuring 119 small grooves that were originally intended to prevent shaving or clipping when quarters were made of silver. The thickness measures approximately 1.75 millimeters. The metal composition gives the coin a silvery white color on its surface, while the reddish copper hue is faintly visible along the edge, a characteristic feature of all clad coinage. This composition ensured durability for circulation while maintaining a bright, attractive appearance. The Philadelphia Mint produced an impressive 722,882,000 quarters in 1994, a reflection of the strong economic activity and consumer demand of the early 1990s. The high mintage makes the 1994 P Washington quarter a common coin in circulation today. In circulated condition, its value remains its face value of 25 cents, but example preserved in uncirculated or mint state, MS, condition have appeal among collectors. A bright, uncirculated 1994 P quarter graded MS65, gem uncirculated, may be worth around $3 to $5, while exceptional examples graded MS67 or higher by major grading services such as PCGS or NGC can command prices of $25 to $100 or more, depending on strike sharpness, luster, and eye appeal. The minting process of the 1994 P quarter at the Philadelphia Mint reflected the mint's increasing technological sophistication. Each coin began as a round blank known as a planchette, punched from long sheets of copper-nickel-clad metal. These planchets were then annealed, softened through heat treatment, cleaned, and polished before being fed into coining presses. The high-speed presses struck the coins with approximately 60 to 70 tons of pressure, imprinting the obverse and reverse design simultaneously. The striking process also imparted the characteristic luster, which manifests as a cartwheel effect when light moves across the coin surface. Despite the precision of the minting process, minor errors occasionally occurred, producing collectible anomalies such as off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, or double dies. Error coins from the 1994 P quarter can fetch premium prices depending on their rarity and visual prominence. From a historical and numismatic standpoint, the 1994 P Washington quarter represents the penultimate phase of the Eagle Reverse era. Between 1990 and 1998, the Washington quarter's design remained unchanged, yet it symbolized stability in an era of change, both for the U.S. Mint and the American economy. Just 5 years after the 1994 P issue, the Mint introduced the 50-state quarters program, 1999 to 2008, which replaced the Eagle Reverse with state-specific designs and reinvigorated public interest in coin collecting. Thus, the 1994 P quarter serves as a symbolic bridge between the classic Washington Eagle design and the new, diverse themes of the 21st century. When examined in numismatic detail, collectors note that 1994p quarters often exhibit a high-quality strike, with fine details visible in Washington's hair curls, facial contours, and the eagle's feathered wings. However, since many were stored in large mint bags, even uncirculated examples can show small contact marks or bag abrasions from other coins. The most desirable specimens display strong luster, minimal marks, and precise lettering. Deep, satiny luster is especially sought after by collectors of mint state coins, as it enhances a coin's eye appeal and demonstrates careful die preparation. From a symbolic perspective, every detail on the 1994p quarter carries meaning. Liberty encapsulates the founding principle of freedom for which the United States stands. In God we trust echoes the country's faith in unity, and E pluribus unum captures the essence of national cooperation and collective strength. The eagle, arrows, and olive branch together form a triad of values: power, peace, and vigilance that has defined the American ideal since the 18th century. In terms of collectability, the 1994p quarter is not rare, but it remains an important coin for those assembling complete sets of Washington quarters or studying the evolution of U.S. minting technology. The 1995D United States Washington quarter dollar is one of the modern circulating coins that belongs to the long-running Washington quarter series, which began in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. This specific coin, minted at the Denver Mint, indicated by the D mint mark, represents the continued production of the copper-nickel-clad quarters before the introduction of the 50-state quarters program in 1999. The 1995D quarter is a common circulation issue, but it remains a fascinating piece of U.S. numismatic history due to its design heritage, production quality, and role as a bridge between two eras of American coinage. The obverse front of the 1995D quarter features the portrait of George Washington, designed by sculptor John Flanagan in 1932. Washington is depicted in a left-facing profile, showing dignified features and a calm, resolute expression that symbolizes leadership, patriotism, and the founding spirit of a nation. Above his head is the inscription Liberty, signifying the core American value of freedom. To the left of Washington's neck is a national motto, "In God We Trust," a statement officially adopted on U.S. coinage in the 1950s, but carrying deeper religious and cultural meaning rooted in American identity. Beneath the portrait appears the date 1995, marking the year of minting. To the right of the date, near Washington's ponytail, is a D mint mark, identifying the coin as being produced at the Denver Mint in Colorado. The design is framed in a clean circular border with a slightly raised rim to protect the design from wear during circulation. On the reverse back side, the 1995D quarter features the classic heraldic eagle design, also by John Flanagan. The eagle is a majestic symbol of strength, vigilance, and freedom, long associated with the United States since the Great Seal was adopted in 1782. The eagle stands proudly with wings outspread, clutching a bundle of arrows in its talons, symbolizing defense and readiness to protect the nation, while an olive branch lies below, representing peace. Above the eagle's head appears the Latin motto E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. This phrase reflects the unity of the states forming one nation. Encircling the top perimeter is the inscription United States of America, and along the bottom edge is a denomination quarter dollar, identifying its face value of 25 cents. The combination of military readiness, peace, and unity creates a design that powerfully communicates the nation's ideals and historical continuity. The composition of the 1995D Washington quarter follows the standard copper-nickel-clad format introduced in 1965, after the U.S. Mint ended the use of 90% silver in circulating coinage due to rising silver prices. The coin consists of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a core of pure copper, giving it a total weight of 5.67 grams and a diameter of 24.3 millimeters. The edge of the coin is reeded, having 119 small grooves, a feature originally intended to discourage clipping or shaving of precious metal from older coins, but later retained for tactile recognition and aesthetic appeal. The coin's thickness is approximately 1.75 millimeters. Its metallic composition gives it a silvery gray appearance with a reddish hue visible along the edge where the copper core is exposed. In terms of mintage, the 1995 D Washington quarter were produced in very large quantities. Over 1.13 billion coins were struck at the Denver Mint alone. This massive production ensured the coin's widespread circulation across the United States, making it a common piece in everyday transactions during the mid-1990s. Because of its large mintage, most examples today are worth only their face value of 25 cents in circulated condition. However, coins that have been preserved in uncirculated or mint state, MS, condition can hold additional numismatic value. In grades such as MS65 or higher, the 1995 D quarter can be worth around $2 to $5, while superb gem examples graded MS67 or MS68 by PCGS or NGC can reach $25 to $100 or more, especially if they display brilliant luster, sharp strike, and minimal surface marks. Collectors also value error varieties and minting anomalies from 1995 D quarters. Some notable varieties include die cracks, off-center strikes, double dies, and planchet errors where the metal blank is flawed. Such coins can command higher prices depending on rarity and visual appeal. A dramatic misstrike or major doubling error could be worth hundreds of dollars to error collectors. Additionally, proved versions of the 1995 quarter were struck at the San Francisco Mint, S mint mark, in special sets of collectors, though no proofs were issued from Denver that year. Historically, the 1995 D quarter belongs to the last generation of standard design Washington quarters, as the U.S. Mint were preparing for a major transformation in the late 1990s. In 1999, the Mint launched a 50-state quarters program, replacing the traditional eagle reverse with designs celebrating each state's heritage. Thus, the 1995 D coin serves as one of the final representatives of the original Washington Eagle design, making it an important transitional piece for those studying modern American coinage. From a numismatic perspective, the 1995 D Washington quarter represents both tradition and transition. It preserves a classic artistry of John Flanagan's 1932 design while standing at the threshold of America's most successful commemorative circulating coin program. It is a coin that connects the 20th century heritage of American coinage with the more personalized, state-focused designs of the 21st century. Even though it is common in value, its historical significance, artistic lineage, and role in everyday American commerce make it an enduring collectible for those who appreciate U.S. coinage history.